Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to kind of go off of the top 5 foundations video that I put up a few videos ago. I don't know, everything kind of runs together, especially at this time of year. But I had quite a few of you ask if I would kind of extend and make it a series of my top 5 in every area of makeup. So I thought that would be fun. I know I'm not the first one to do it. I feel like it's kind of oversaturated sometimes on YouTube. That's why I haven't done it so far. But I'm gonna do it now because I really love sharing the products that I love. And I think when I talk about my very, very, very favorite ones, it helps give you really good ideas of what I recommend you buying. So today we're gonna talk about my top 5 bronzers with an honorable mention. Like, I don't even know if I can do actual 5 in any of these. I really don't. But we're going to try maybe in another category. But for bronzers, it's not going to be 5. It's going to be 6. But I will separate the honorable mention and let you know which one that is. Now, for some reason, I think it would be helpful if I actually told y'all how many of each product that I have to begin with so that you can understand how hard or how easy it may have been for me to pick my top 5. I did that with foundations, and I just want to say I'm in no way trying to brag. In fact, it's almost kind of embarrassing telling y'all these numbers sometimes. I'm just letting you know what I had to choose from. So for bronzers, I have 27 powder bronzers. We're only talking about powder bronzers today. If I was combining powder and cream, there's no way I could do it. Let me know if you want a separate cream bronzer video, but for now we're just talking about powders. So I have 27 powder bronzers to choose from, and I narrowed that down to 5 plus 1. So let's get right into it without further ado. I'm not going to go in any particular order, kind of like I did with the foundations. I am going to leave my absolute favorite to the last, but until then I'm not going to do any kind of particular order. Now, I do pick my bronzers depending on the undertone of my look for the day. For instance, if I'm wearing a cool toned eye like I am today, I pick a cool tone bronzer. If I'm wearing warm toned, I will pick a warm tone bronzer. And if I'm wearing one or the other, I will sometimes pick a neutral tone bronzer. So I'm going to show you my cool tone bronzers that I pick when I'm wearing a cool look and I want to keep it kind of monochromatic. For instance, today I'm wearing it's a cool tone look. It's purples and pinks. So I wanted to choose something not neutral, but more rosier. So I went with the Balm Desert Bronzer Blush. Now I am going to do a blog post with this with all the swatches, so I will link that down below if you want to see. I just don't want to make this video so long. But I've talked about this many times before. It is a very real favorite of mine. It's what I have on today, and it is a bronzer slash blush. And it's rightly named, I think. I think it could easily be used as a blush. It does have a pretty strong rosy undertone to it. But again, I feel like it can translate to a bronzer very nicely and really pulls together a cool tone look. So again, this is the Balm Desert Bronzer Blush. They only have one color, and I just really, really like it. I'm going to put all of the prices and amount of product that you get down below. Now, to stay on the cool tone bronzers, this is another favorite of mine. I am a huge fan of Laura Mercier in general, really, but I really like her pressed powder products. I've already talked about how much I like her highlighter. I think I'm about to buy a bronzer, like a regular bronzer to try out. We all know I have an undying love for her Secret Brightening Powder. And so when this came out, at first I believe it was limited edition. This is the Baked Blush Bronze. Again, another slash blush or bronzer. And this is in the color Ritual. And I think it was limited edition when it came out, and then she made it permanent. It is a very large product. It is baked. You can see it, well, it used to have a dome. The dome's kind of gone down a little bit because I do use this quite a bit. A lot of people have said this has visible shimmer in it. When you swatch it, it does, but it does not translate to the face. So I don't find that I need to worry about this if I'm looking to have a completely matte look. I don't find that this is going to change that look using it. Again, it is marketed to use as a bronzer or a blush and works perfectly as both. I just use it as a bronzer, keep it in my bronzer drawer, and I've actually never used it as a blush, but I'm sure it would be beautiful. So again, this is Laura Mercier Baked blush and bronze in Ritual. Okay, now I'm going to get to my more, what I consider neutral bronzers, which is what I can wear pretty much with any look. This one is the most expensive of the bunch. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. So we've all seen it. I believe it retails for $68. Again, I'll put it down here. It has a highlight on one side, which I, again, adore. But the bronzer right here, she markets it as a sculpt shade. I think it might work as a sculpt shade. I've never used it for that. I just use it for a bronzer and love it. It's still a pretty good size. If you have no intention of using the highlight in this palette, it may not be worth the $68 just for the bronzer, but I love them both so much, and I find myself really reaching towards this bronzer when I want something light and neutral. It doesn't put off too much pigmentation. It's perfect for my winter skin, and I just think it's absolutely beautiful. She does carry this in a medium dark. This is the light to medium. So she does have deeper shades if you were darker skin tone. But again, this is Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. I feel a little Elvis vibes going on with my hair right there. All right, this one is, this is a beloved bronzer of mine. This is the NARS Laguna. This is their special limited edition Tahiti packaging, which I don't even think is available anymore. However, you can buy this bronzer in a regular pan. It is a cult favorite among beauty lovers, and there is a reason for that. As you can see, I am almost in need of buying another one. I'm going to try to hold off until I maybe use some of my other 27 bronzers, but it's just beautiful. It is very smooth. It does have a little tiny bit of sheen to it, but again, I just don't feel like it transfers enough to the face for it to actually be called a shimmer bronzer. Very neutral, very smooth, very easy to blend out, very easy to build up, which I think are all very important aspects to have when choosing a bronzer, and this covers them all. So again, this is NARS Laguna. They also carry Casino, which is a little bit darker of a color. Never tried it, but I'm assuming it's the same formula, so if you're darker in skin tone, I might go for Casino. All right, let's do my honorable mention, and then we'll get to my absolute favorite. It was hard to put this in an honorable mention, and I'm going to tell you the only reason I didn't include it in my top 5 was because it just leans a little too warm for me to wear year round. And I'm talking about the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush Bronzer in Luminous Bronze Light. So it's right here. This is one of the ones that I actually waited quite a long time. I did not jump on the bandwagon to get when it first came out because I swatched it in store and all I saw was my Luminous Light highlighter that I have separately from this. That's all I saw when I swatched it. And I'm like, I don't want to put a highlighter all over the perimeters of my face. That's not what I look for in a bronzer. But people kept talking about it and kept talking about it, and they just ran it and raved, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And I'm so glad I did, because I cannot express to you, swatches do this no justice. None whatsoever. And I know I'm not the only one to say that. It is not a disco ball on your face, which you would assume by swatching it. It's this beautiful, glowing, bronzy, lit from within color and warmth to your face. I can't tell you enough how much I love this. And it sounds like it should be included in my top 5. And it would have been. I just find that it pulls a little bit warmer than I can pull off in the winter. However, if you are a makeup artist, or if you are a warmer toned, like stay a little bit more tan throughout the year, mature lady that loves makeup, this is a must in your kit and personal collection. If I'm ever doing a mother of the bride or grandmother of the bride or an aunt of the bride or just a plain client that's wanting event makeup that happens to be 50 or above, this is one of the only bronzers I will use. It gives such a beautiful sheen. It doesn't enhance anything you don't want enhanced. But it makes, I've said it so many times, but I feel like the more glowy you are, if it's the right kind of glowy, the more young you look. And so I just really feel like this gives such a youthful, radiant glow, and it just is a must for more mature clients. Or again, if you are like more tan year round, live in like a warmer climate and just have a little bit more color to your skin. If you are like me, who runs light to medium in the winter, a little bit more medium in the summer, it's still a really good bronzer. Like, I'm not saying that I won't wear it at all in the winter. I just shy away from it more than the other one. So that's why I wanted to put this in the honorable mention, but it's still fabulous. The Hourglass Ambient Light Bronzing Powder in Luminous Bronze Light. All right, now let's get to my absolute favorite bronzer. If you asked me 2 or 3 months ago what my favorite one is, I would really have to sit there and think. Like, I would really have to look at my drawer and be like, I don't know. Why do I love this one? Why do I love that one? Let's do the pros and cons. You know how I am about lists. I'd probably do like a little checklist. But in the last 3 months, I have pulled this out of my drawer since I've had it. I've had it for quite a while, and I've started using it more, and there was no question. When I thought about what I was going to include in this video, there was no question that this bronzer was going to be my favorite, and I love that it's the second to cheapest that I'm talking about. I believe it only retails for $34, which for the size of product you get is amazing. And I'm talking about the CC Radiance Bronzer, Ombre Bronzer from IT Cosmetics. It's a huge pan. Let's see, you get 0.57 ounces. And just to kind of compare, this large Laguna is only 0.35. So you're getting quite a bit of product for a very reasonable price, in my opinion. I see the little crisscrosses of pan right here. I'm about to hit pan. This is an ombre bronzer, so meaning it has more of a highlight shade on this side than it does the bronzer shade on this side. I do tend to stick a little bit more to this half of the compact. However, sometimes if I'm just in the mood, I will run my brush all the way around. This color, however, the highlight color, is beautiful as an eyeshadow. So I still think it's worth getting the entire compact, even if you aren't comfortable using such a highlighty shade as part of your bronzer, because it is multi-use and you can just stick to this side of the pan. I don't know. I feel like this is more neutral, so you could really wear it with anything. I do wear it with anything. I do find that it works for me pretty much all year round. And it's, if I didn't have such a cool tone look on today, I would have worn this, which would have made sense wearing my favorite, but really there's nothing I can say bad about this. It's supposed to have anti-aging ingredients just like every IT Cosmetics product. I mean, I personally am not one to believe that anti-aging ingredients in my makeup is actually going to do something for my skin. I'd much rather put my money towards actual skincare, but it can't hurt. She does work with plastic surgeons to produce and come up with all of her products. So you will know that there is nothing but good ingredients in this bronzer because that's just what she stands by. And I really appreciate that. I do like so many things in IT Cosmetics brand. There are some things I don't like. This, however, is 150% worth every bit of pennies that you will spend on it. If you do not have this bronzer, please, 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 if you have $34 to spend, get it. And if you don't have $34 to spend, girl, I get it. Okay? But go on QVC and do their easy pays. Around Christmas and stuff and the holidays this time, I feel like they're doing 4 to 5 to 6 easy pay specials almost every other day. So keep watch on QVC because I believe this even comes with a brush for just a few dollars more, which most things do on QVC, and get you this bronzer on easy pay. Give up a Starbucks once a month and buy this bronzer. That's all I gotta say. It's fabulous. And that's it. That is my top 5 favorite bronzers with an honorable mention. As always, I want to know what your favorite is because I'm always on the search for one I might like more. Bronzers, I don't know. I love everything about makeup, but complexion products, especially foundations, obviously is my absolute favorite. But I've been on a bronzer kick lately, and I'm just trying to find one that can beat that IT Cosmetics. So far, I haven't found one. I am really enjoying the search. So let me know what your favorite bronzer is down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know what top 5 you want to see next. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be sure and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos, and have a very blessed day.